Bruh, look at these dudes. Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy TeaZeaYT back with another video, and in today's video we are going to be playing some World of Tanks Blitz. And in today's video we are indeed talking about this tank right here. This is a German tank destroyer on the top line that comes from the Nashorn. There used to be a toaster tank, now it's a collectibles, I don't know why, but the RHM, this is a really good tank. I have to say the gun is magnificent. The armor is paper thin, just look at that. Front 20, sides 10, and the rear is 6. Now, the really good thing about this is the damage. Look at that, AP, you got 226, you got heat, it does come with heat, 367, and then HE with 94, but I'm telling you, this is really good. The average damage, 640 just with AP, and then if you use HE, especially on those paper-thin tanks, you get up to 960 damage. That is crazy. This thing has the most derp troll gun in the entire game, in my opinion, at this tier. I will say, though, it is kind of slow. But the original gun, which you're seeing on the screen right now, it's pretty good, but it isn't as good as the derp gun. It is slower to reload than the stock gun, but yeah. So with that being said, you're gonna want to have calibrated shells just to give it that extra oomph, especially with the heat penetration, and the HE penetration with the AP penetration as well. Overall, I would just use that over the first one. I'm gonna use camouflage net. Just because I prefer it. You can use the improved optics, but I use the camouflage net. Then we're going to use the enhanced gun laying device, and then the improved assembly, so we can have plus 66 HP. Of course, I need the engine accelerator because this thing's slow. The vertical stabilizer. I'm going to use toolbox, and the what is it called? The consumable delivery system. You can switch up whatever you want. This is my ammo recommendation, what you should use, and how much you should use. So 19 AP for heat, and then 7 HE rounds. HE stands for high explosive, heat stands for high explosive anti-tank. First, I use engine power boost, because this thing is kind of slow. Personally, you could switch that out for whatever you want. You could have a second gear looking thing, so you could fix your stuff. Then I use fast reload, and then I have the fire extinguisher with that as well. And then I'm going to be using a lucky dice, because it's cool. Why not, right? Why not? I mean, look at that. It looks like it has balls in the back. Alright, so for paints, we're going to be using the Vesuvio for summer and desert. I like it. I have to say, this battle pass did come with some cool skins, like this aquamarine skin. This is pretty cool, I have to say. Alright, with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into some gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Alright, so I'm here platooning with my my friend over here, Tennis Life. If you haven't checked out his channel, I'll link his channel in the description below. He just started not too long ago. He's a pretty good player, by the way, too. So I recommend you guys check him out. So I am rocking this tank, and we are in tier 9s. At the time, I was just like, why are we in tier 9s? It just doesn't make any sense. But then again, I'm a tier 8, so I was a little scared because I am a paper thin tank. I am literally a paper thin tank. All they have to do is shoot HE rounds at me, and I'm dead. So that's why I was like, oof, tier 9. So right here, I'm trying to get a line of sight on these guys from this hill, but this Pantera is just kind of blocking the way. Then I try to get down, and then he just kind of like pushes me aside. I kind of accept it, but you see this K91 right here? I'm telling you, he is a noob. You'll see why in a minute, but this guy gets in my way so much that I actually kind of rage chat him. So this is the first time he gets in my way. I kind of missed the shot on that Tiger too, but it is alright, because I'll get his friend and kill his friend. So it's all good. I'm not tripping about that. First shot in the whole entire game, I kill one of these tanks, so it's pretty good. I'm liking it, even though I'm being pushed around. It's all good. So I do see this Tiger 2. I'm going to try to intercept him on this other side with my friend. So I shoot him, boom, and then I'm reloading, but thankfully the Conway goes ahead and finishes him off for me. Now me, I'm a little happy, and I say who's next, because honestly, who's next? Because we took out all 3 of their heavies, which, if you ask me, that's a very, very good thing. Because all of these other tanks, they don't have any protection, and they don't have anyone who can take all the damage for them, pretty much. So I am spotted right now. I'm looking at this T92, and I'm trying to see if I can get him on the other side of the hill, but I can't because got some people blocking my way. I see him coming down. I probably should have switched to HE right now, but I went ahead and popped him for a good 608 HP points. Sadly, on my team, the Conway, who saved my life earlier, did get destroyed, and so did the Pantera, which I'm kind of sad about, but then at the same time, he did kind of bully me, so you know what, it is what it is. So I am going to try to flank around on this side right here with the K91, which was kind of a big mistake, because this guy's a straight up noob. All I did was spend money to get that tank. But I'm going to try to get a hit on this tank, because I know this tank is very dangerous. And instead of hitting the K91, he hits me. But I think, even though it's not good to hit point trade, I did get the better deal on that hit point trade. So right here, I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get there, but no, the K91 blocks me once again. And the fact that he's showing his sides way too much just shows that he doesn't know what he's doing. So I finish off the little light tank, and my friend also finishes off the other tank that was there. So now it's down to 2 players. So it is the Russian tank destroyer and the E50. Now, my main concern right now is to get to a better position where I am more well protected. Now, at the moment, I'm thinking that he's going to pop around the corner and maybe just suicide it, but I'm just going to wait here. This is a good idea, instead of me flanking where the K91 is, because if I would have done that, I would have got shot by the ISU. So I'm going to come around here. I'm going to see this E50, and I guess RNG is not on my side, or maybe I just pulled the trigger too early, but I just track him instead. So I'm trying to back up and just get out of the way of this E50, but this K91, with all of his hit points, doesn't want to take that bullet for me and would prefer for me to die. So I just go over here, regroup, get my my camo, just reset my camo, and I decide to kind of just wait here and see what happens. The K91 finishes him off, and as you can see how noob-ish he is by showing his sides and his rear like that, I go ahead and go into the chat and I type in K91 GTF out of my way, because honestly he needs to get out of my way, so please get the frick out of my way. So I went ahead and just bum rushed this SU. He wasn't looking. I got the final shot for 418, and that is game with 3 kills, 3,166 damage. I have to say, this is probably my best game in this tank. Alright guys, this is literally the game right before the last game that you just saw. And all 3 of these gameplays are in a row. So this is the second, and the next one will be the first gameplay that I played. These games are literally in a row. So I told my team that I'd go ahead and snipe the hill. So I'm gonna get up here on the hill. I went ahead and hit that speed booster just so I can get up on this hill, maybe get some shots off, because there's always people flanking from the right side on this. Always the light tanks that go. So we have the RU and the AMX. Sorry about that voice crack. Both of them have been spotted. That AMX 13, he's pretty much dead, so I'm not really worrying about him. I'm trying to get a line of sight on this RU 251, and I noticed that my gun depression isn't really that good, so I'm trying to get up here so I could be level, possibly scout out anyone on this side. I decided to check back on him, see if he's got it, and then I noticed enemy spotted. So I decided to look over here, and boom, I see a T-34. Now, if this was a smart player, this T-34 would have killed me. But I just so happened to be a better player, so I hit him for that 905 damage. I'm telling you, I love the damage on this tank. This damage is amazing. I also see this IS-3, which this armor is pretty good, but I go ahead and hit him on his bottom plate near his track, and I hit him for that damage. I'm already at 1,201 damage. So because I see the T-34 is low and he did just shoot, I am going to go ahead and just push for the kill. I am going to get shot and set on fire, but thankfully I always keep the fire extinguisher, and so I did take quite a bit of damage. I took half my health. So I was thinking about just pushing and kind of seeing if I could get a line of sight on him. He disappears, and instead of blind shotting him, I decided to just go ahead and reset my camo. I don't want to risk it, even though it is 3 versus pretty much my entire team. 3 versus 6 is it's not necessarily worth me getting destroyed, pushing that down to 3 versus 5, where they can possibly get the lead. Now, I see the IS-3, he's coming to sight. At the moment, I am actually AFK. I do get back, and then I see him, try to get a line of sight on him through the bush, but it just does not line up, so I just wait. I see the T-29, so I try to get a shot on him, pushes back, he shows me his butt, and I set him on fire for 600 and something damage, which is really good. I will say, if you know how to play this tank properly, it is good. Now I'm just pulling something straight out of basic training right here. So you just get a line of sight, shoot, back up. So right here, that J Panther, oh my goodness, he just got very unlucky. Everyone just started shooting at him. So right here, lastly, we have the IS-3. Poor guy. Sadly, he does die, and we do win the game, and I leave the game with 2,787 damage. Nothing too much to brag about, but I will say it is really good. Now, usually I'm not used to paper-thin tank destroyers, so yeah, and I did pretty much use all my XP to get all the way up to the tank that I'm at right now, minus the Saint Emile. I did actually grind that, and I did not like the Saint Emile at first, but I did get used to it. And what you learn with the Saint Emile kind of applies to this tank as well, because both of them are paper thin. And same thing with the Nashorn, Saint Emile, and the RHM. They're all 3 of them. They're paper thin. Now with this gameplay, I'm used to going to the left to the sniping spot, but apparently the team wanted to go right. That's why I said we should be going left, and it turns out going right actually wins us the game. So I go ahead and try to be a little bit aggressive. So I'm going to be aggressive, relocate, and then, sorry about that, I'm going to be aggressive, relocate, and then see exactly what I can do. Now, usually in this tank, you're not supposed to be aggressive. It's not one of those aggressive tanks, because it is paper thin, and everyone really, if everyone fires HE at you, you're toast. So I do see this T-32. I'm trying to get a line of sight on him, but my gun depression is not allowing me, so I am going to actually show my side a little bit. When I do try to shoot him, my teammate hits him for some damage. He's a really good teammate. He knows how to hold his own, so I'm going to let him go ahead and take the brunt of all of those guys since he is a heavy. I'm just going to wait around, and I see this SU, so I go ahead and shoot him for 652 as he misses his HE shot on me. Apparently, he did have his eyes on me, because why else would you have HE loaded? So I saw that, so I'm just going to wait here. I'm waiting, trying to see if I can get a line of sight on anyone else, but my gun depression says no. That's the only thing I really just don't like about the gun on this tank. I see this Tiger 2, and I go ahead and hit him in the side, take out his commander. His commander has bought the farm. That's something American tanks say. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. So I take this time to go ahead and relocate. I see those 2 tanks on a really good sniping position, but I'm not about to overcrowd that area. I do see this T-95. I shoot, somehow I missed. I guess he turned his turret at the right time. It bounced. And I do see this LTTB. This LTTB can surround me. And is kind of a threat to me because I don't really have the traverse speed to deal with this. So as you notice, I have the HE loaded. I'm waiting for him. I'm trying to push so he can drive out. Try to bait him out. He does shoot, so I do know he has a few seconds until he reloads. I'm just waiting for him. So I wait for him. Boom. There we go. Take him out. 373 damage right there. A total of 1,669. 69 damage. Anyways, I do also see this T95 from the one that I shot earlier that bounced, and I do know that I can hit his cupola if I can just reach it. So that's why I'm scoping in on him, and he is just over the hill. He does decide to push, and I shoot him for 610, and I get shot for 227. That is a good hit point trade, but I don't really want to be in a situation like that. So I do decide to go ahead and just put the fast reload on and the speed boost, and I decide to flank him by his right side instead of by his front. Now, I am spotted right here, but that's okay because he's really low hit points, and he does have a KV3, or is that a KV5? A KV5 right in front of him. So I do take the kill from the Panther, sorry about that, but he was my kill since I did start shooting at him first. So I see this Tiger too, so we're all rushing him, So right here, I decide to go ahead and load some heat rounds because this does have really good armor. Sadly, I probably should have used HE rounds. I do bounce. I guess RNG. I'm not really sure how I bounced, but we do end up winning this game with 2,417 damage. Really good tank. I do recommend you get this tank if you're interested. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to go ahead and like. If you're new, subscribe, and I'll see you later.